Firstly, India has massive opportunity.
Yeah.
130 or 40 billion people, or 140 crore people. And if you look at the penetration of financial services,
Yeah.
any product, whether it's a credit card, whether it is a loan, whether it's an insurance, whether it's a SIP, it's very low.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, the world has changed post-COVID. What am I saying? I think we saw the beginnings of technology and technology platforms just before COVID. But during and after COVID, India adapted to the technology, particularly the mobile.
Right.
People were shopping sitting at home. People were making payments for everything sitting at home. They were ordering food on the app. Everything they were doing on the app. If you look at the length and breadth of India today, thanks to telecom, thanks to Aadhaar, thanks to the identity, the digital adoption has just multiplied.
Right.
And customer preferences changed. They were using an Amazon, a Google, a Facebook, or Swiggy, and they wanted the same experience with the banks. So suddenly banks' competition moved from just other banks to big tech, to fintech, to food apps, to whatever, because if you take Kotak's numbers, 98% of our savings bank volumes goes through the mobile volumes, right? So our customers in the mobile, and they're wanting the same experience when they go to the big tech.
How much that will be in terms of value?
In value terms, I think it would be around almost 60% or so, right? So about 40-50% would still go in value terms to the branches, but from volume, it's about 98%.
Pretty huge.
Yeah, it's very huge. Yeah. And ultimately in banking, it's about volumes, right? So I think that you saw the whole movement to technology. Government had built digital infrastructure.
Right.
They gave you Aadhaar as an identification. We moved opening a savings account from 7 days to 3 minutes with 811.
Yeah.
We found a solution. So I think the world has changed. For banks, it has changed even more.
Yeah.
From a market perspective, if you look at the last 18 months, India has grown at about 6.5-7%, highest in the world. The whole world is looking to India. Our macros are stable. The 62% of our population is below the age of 30.
Right.
Where do you get such favorable demographics? They will have consumption, there will be demand, they will want loans, they will have aspirational lifestyle.
Right.
So I think opportunity is large. It depends upon what you want to do and how you want to do it. And this is where the change is happening. In fact, the theme of our last year's annual report was change, and this year it's accelerating change.
That's right.
We believe in banking, 2-3 trends are going to be very different. One, technology is going to play a key role.
Yeah.
You know, in financial services, technology in the good old days was a support. Now it is a partner. In future, it will be the business. Banks will be technology companies with banking products, is how I see it. Second, the whole focus has moved to customers. Traditionally, banks used to manufacture products, say there's a savings account, there's a current account, there's a loan, and then they used to use their sales forces to sell. Today, it has to be from the customer. What exactly does a customer want? And there are so many different types of customers. A 18-year-old versus a 25-year-old versus a 40-year-old versus a 60-year-old is very different. And you start looking at customer research and work the product backwards. Third, the entire journey has to be digital, right? On the click of a button through the mobile. So banking is beginning to change massively. So for that, what do you need to do? And I'll talk about Kotak.
Yeah.
So we said first and foremost, technology to the fore. So we got in a CTO from Milind from the US, who's completely changing the way the bank thinks and executes technology, right? Moving to platforms, moving to end-to-end, etc. Second, we got on board, we said customer has to be the centric focus.
Right.
Bhavnish from Amazon, who spent most of his life at Amazon, for focusing on customer centricity. His questions are always starting from the customer. Our questions are always product out. So we as a bank are changing and learning. Third, I think the whole area of talent has to change. We moved to hiring engineers. We will move from buy 100% to build at least up to 50% or so, and move the technology. So you need a change in talent. You need a talent mix. You need people who can bring about change and transformation. The core of the banking business, which is low cost and stable deposits, doesn't change. I'm very clear.
Yeah.
A bank's strength is its deposit and a share of the low cost and stable deposits. That comes from consistent customer acquisition coverage. On the lending side that you talked about, I think there has been disruption by fintech in the unsecured loan space and in the small ticket space, right? They're not there yet in the home loan space, loan against property, business banking, working capital. It's in the unsecured space. What have banks done? What were they doing? They were just offering a customer when they came in. Banks have massive data. We have about 4.5 crore customers.
Right.
We're simply qualifying the base and telling the customer, here is your personal loan if you want a credit card. Customer is interested, they have to just go click and it's in their account. So banks are moving on the lending side, right on the unsecured side, to data-based, deep science, technology-oriented delivery of the product. So if you look at our personal loan today, it's entirely digital end-to-end. Credit cards, digital end-to-end. Those are the products. If you look at what the fintech is doing, it's about small ticket personal loans. That has really proliferated. So we have to move with times. I'd say India is a big opportunity. There's a youth opportunity. And we are very clear as Kotak. We have to bring the pillars of technology, customer centricity, talent, low cost and stable deposits as focus, and of course the lending, which is in the consumer space.